Welcome to GasEd. Today, we will be discussing how to turn an AI coding tool into a fully proactive personal assistant. Listen, we're stepping way past the basics here. We're not just typing prompts into a chat box anymore. We're talking about actually engineering a digital worker, one that anticipates what you need, manages its own schedule, and literally builds complex projects while you're fast asleep. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the proactive AI paradigm, move on to architecting your AI's identity, look at securing the digital workspace, and wrap up with some advanced AI management tactics. All right, let's just dive right into it.
Part 1. The proactive AI paradigm. We are shifting from reactive tools to autonomous executives.
To really scale your productivity, we fundamentally have to shift our mental models. We've got to stop viewing AI as just a reactive search engine and start treating it as a highly capable autonomous worker. Standard chatbots, they just sit entirely idle until you type a command. But a proactive assistant runs on a scheduled heartbeat. Every few minutes, this background script wakes the AI up. It checks its environment, reviews its to-do list, and actually executes tasks without any manual input from you at all.
Imagine this timeline for a second. Right before bed, say midnight, you assign a massive goal, like building a complex data analytics dashboard. Because your AI doesn't need sleep, it spends the whole night working. By 1:15 a.m., it's researched all the required APIs. It iterates on the code for hours, and boom, by 7 a.m., when you're sipping your coffee and opening your laptop, a finished, functioning product is just sitting there waiting for you.
The potential here is absolutely staggering. This kind of goal-oriented architecture is estimated to be 15 times more powerful than standard, rigid automation tools. Why? Well, because instead of manually coding every single trigger, condition, and workflow yourself, you just describe your high-level business goal. The AI dynamically figures out the necessary steps, researches any missing pieces, and just builds the solution on the fly. It's a total game changer.
Part 2. Architecting AI identity. Time to onboard your digital employee.
Setting up this AI requires treating the process exactly like human resources onboarding. The very first step is creating what we call a soul file. This foundational document acts as the formal job description. It explicitly tells the AI exactly what its role is. It dictates its professional tone and, crucially, it strictly outlines the boundaries of its autonomy, so it knows exactly when it actually needs to pause and ask for your executive permission. On the flip side, we pair that soul file with a user file. Think of this document as your overarching company brief. It equips the AI with deep, persistent knowledge about you. It contains your executive background, all the nuances of your lean business model, your target audience, and your specific operational preferences. Without this context, the AI is essentially flying blind. Now, the really crucial part is how you actually build these files. A highly effective onboarding technique is to turn the tables and prompt the AI to interview you. Just give it a high-level summary of your goals, and then instruct it to ask you probing questions until it has enough context to draft its own soul and user files. By forcing the AI to proactively uncover the nuances of your business, you guarantee it gets the exact data it needs to succeed. Part 3 is securing the digital workspace, setting those essential boundaries and clearances. Once the identity is locked in, we have to provision digital real estate. Remember, you're giving a highly autonomous system access to your data, so you never ever hand over the master keys on day one. First, create dedicated isolated accounts, specifically for the agent. Second, enforce read-only access wherever you possibly can. And third, when it absolutely must execute actions, make sure that only happens within securely sandboxed environments. Take a look at this safe access delegation model. Notice that 80% of the agent's permissions should be strictly read-only. It can read your emails to monitor for urgent requests, sure, but it cannot send on your behalf. Then, 15% is reserved for sandboxed execution, meaning it can draft reports but only in isolated folders. Only a tiny fraction, just 5%, should ever be direct, monitored write access. Here is a massive security pitfall: credentials management. You have got to treat your API credentials and passwords like highly sensitive corporate data. Never casually paste your API keys right into the chat interface or plain text logs where the AI might accidentally expose them later. Store them securely in local environment variables. That way the AI can reference them programmatically, but it can never directly read them back to you. Part 4, Advanced AI Management Tactics. These are your executive frameworks for AI. Now that our digital worker is securely onboarded, Managing a highly autonomous agent requires some specialized leadership. Otherwise, you're going to see compounding errors. To overcome the friction that comes with these systems, you really need four specific tactics: mandating strategic planning before action, engineering proactive workflows, enforcing learning discipline, and mastering its contextual memory. Let's break these down. Let's look at the first tactic, which we call the plan first hack. Highly capable AI models will often hallucinate or just completely lose the plot if they jump straight into writing complex code or workflows. You've got to instruct the AI to draft a detailed strategy document first. You review this document, and only after you approve it, you tell the AI to execute the exact steps outlined in that specific file. It totally anchors the AI's focus. To build true proactivity, you want to implement the Save Me Time framework. Ask yourself, and honestly, directly ask the AI, what takes you 20 plus minutes that could become a 2-minute AI review? Have the agent analyze your operations and suggest automations. For instance, it could proactively generate an executive briefing summarizing industry news, your daily task backlog, and urgent communications every morning at 7 a.m. without you ever having to ask. Now, let's be real. Your AI will inevitably make mistakes. Workflows are going to break. When this happens, don't just casually correct it and move on. Enforce learning discipline. Demand that the AI audits its own failure, analyzes exactly why the error occurred, and generates a permanent postmortem document outlining the fix. This ensures your organization and the AI itself never repeats that specific error again. And that brings us to the biggest bottleneck in autonomous AI: amnesia. The crucial thing you have to realize is that the AI effectively wakes up with zero memory every single time its context window resets. If you don't engineer a system for it to retrieve past knowledge, you're going to be constantly starting from scratch, frustratingly repeating your instructions over and over. You overcome this by explicitly instructing the agent to log its actions into a structured, tiered memory hierarchy. You basically force it to push its temporary thoughts and daily actions into a daily log. Then, hard business facts, rules, and those post-mortem learned lessons we talked about, those go into long-term storage. And active coding guidelines go into project files. The AI has to be trained to read these specific files every time its heartbeat wakes it up. If you ever hit a roadblock while configuring these complex security protocols or memory systems, here is a brilliant workaround. Leverage a secondary, entirely isolated AI workspace. Use this separate sandbox to safely strategize, run your tests, and troubleshoot your primary agent's architecture without risking your main setup. You're essentially using AI to debug and manage your AI. Pretty cool, right? Ultimately, successfully deploying a proactive digital assistant isn't just a software integration challenge. It is fundamentally an organizational design challenge. You aren't just writing code here. You're establishing roles, you're configuring secure environments, enforcing standard operating procedures, and really applying strong executive leadership to a totally new class of digital workers. So I want you to think critically about your own workflows for a second. Once you have this system in place, what is the very first autonomous, time-consuming task you're going to hand off to your new digital executive? That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.